guys. I just try to get it as widescreen as I could. But that's the poster and all. What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys, to give you a video. And today's topic I feel like talking about is Pig. You're wondering, what is Pig? I thought that for a second too. But if you guys know, like looking either at the trailer, just looking at IMDb or something, or a poster, Nicolas Cage, you're like, oh man, is this one of those red box movies that somehow got passed through and went to cinemas? Or maybe because of lack of choices for cinema, this was able to squeeze in. I'd like to say it's not that. And even still with the story, when it goes, you think, okay, so a guy is out there trying to, be on a quest, possibly, get revenge for, to pick a word on his pig because someone stole it, and he will do what he can to know where it is. He wants to get his pig back, this gentleman, and you think it is like John Wick with pigs and all that. For a certain point of view, yeah, but even that alone, the synopsis, you're like, man, is this gonna be? What is this movie? This is what you expect from a Nicolas Cage movie. Oh my goodness. But no. I think this movie is something that should be seen. It was a very interesting film. I thought, because knowing how, no, okay, this is one of those like Oscar baity. They're gonna try to pull that, but somehow bring in Nicolas Cage. Try to see if that kind of worked and all. And I had certain expectations with it, that thinking, oh, it can be good. I liked it better than I even thought. It was so nice, wonderful of a film. I enjoyed this. It felt like something like A24, but it's not A24. But if you kind of use a comparison like that, it's more. It really is. It takes more of its time in realizing that how we center mostly on Nicolas Cage, and then eventually what goes around him that infects Nicolas Cage, and we go with him. And I enjoyed that. All it took was a couple of minutes in the beginning to kind of then be so invested after, and it was a nice, like, took its time kind of film. It's not very stationary. I don't think it's completely stationary of a film, but it's who we follow that it just makes it so good. And as you go on with this movie, you think at the beginning, oh, it's gonna be, he's gonna find people, and when he gets closer to his answer, he's gonna, beat them up and all this. Not really that the case. It's more psychological. It's more like just kind of a mystery kind of quest. Even throughout the whole thing, you start realizing who Nicolas Cage becomes, and I found that really fascinating. It's nice to know how this was this mystique, but the mystique then starts unraveling as you follow along. There was like a lot of, like, there was things to do as we were going through this, and man, just kudos to like how the lighting was. Like, the cinematography looked very natural. There might have been some tweaking, but it doesn't feel like it was pure to the purest of editing. And that was a nice kind of smoothness to kind of go. I guess that's also what helped it be very comfortable for my eyes to kind of just enjoy the film. But hey, it worked, and good job to this director, who I think is the first time at least doing the helm. Good job. It doesn't show, but good job, man. I want to see more now, what you can do. And it was a question that maybe Nicolas Cage was elevated by the project, but he's a capable actor. It's just, he's doing a lot of movies to kind of pay for his bills and all that. But when you can get him to get on a serious role for a script, this is one that proves it. He proves it that he's still got it. He's just doing his own things. And I like how it was a nice little story with the director's vision and his performance. And, you kind of eventually just realize that, you too, you're like, at some point you're like, it's not going to be kind of like that revenge tale. And you kind of accept it. You accept it with the way Nick Cage, and how he has Alex Wolff, who also kind of bounces off of him. I like seeing more of what they go on, and it's fascinating. Like, Alex's character is not too layered, but it's there enough for Nick Cage. Nick Cage still is the star of the film, and throughout it you kind of realize, just like, again, it's not really like twists and turns. It's a bit of it, but it's fascinating how Nick Cage's background plays in the current present time, to kind of put it for those words, and realizing then how one really has to kind of accept things, and that's a nice little story to tell. I like when things are very subliminal and all that. You gotta enjoy a good character story and all that, and then realize the message. That's how nice a film can be, to kind of convey a message, to not be so on the nose, not condescending in some sort of way. And man, this movie just, it really, from the sound mixing and all that, from the noises you hear in the in the forest in the city, just seeing like again the characters, their expressions, like Alex Wolff kind of still going something with him. It he has to be brought into a story. He's involved, but Nicolas Cage, knowing how intense he is to get what he wants, and then when something happens, how he deals with it, a little bit layered, and then enough to kind of express to. He found a nice balance with this movie, and I appreciate just the whole look of how somber, if that's the right word, the movie was, but still just how relaxing it was. Just realizing the whole thing of what this movie is about. This isn't, again, a movie for everybody. You might, if you want to go see like some kind of action blockbuster, this isn't the case. This is really, if you need to see a movie that kind of has a really layered story, and you maybe can get a couple of your friends to kind of go see this, that are also film buffs. But this movie really is an incredible one of the best ones of the year, I have to say. And man, guys, like, I feel this is worth to show someone, at least someone, that just has an aspiring taste for cinema. But like I always say, these are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know, guys, if you did stumble upon the movie, you didn't like it, it wasn't what you expected, maybe it just wasn't one of the best movies for you, or if you stumble upon it, you saw it, how much it worked for you. How is this your favorite movie of all time or something? Just say, what was your favorite parts of this? I really just liked how a bunch of the technological, of the editing, the mixing with the cinematography look, with the incredible performance of Nick Cage and just the actors around him, they all served a purpose. But like, again, it was his story, and just the characters just really made it that even more enjoyable. The story, I enjoyed just that kind of relaxation. It was a good movie. So all this in the comments below, guys. And as always, Roland Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.